Recording has begun.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Shahzad Hussain, and today is the 12th of October 2023, and time is around about 5, maybe coming to 5:20 or something, and I'm off to, this is where I live, 20 Primary Way, Undercliff, and it's been a nice sunny day today, which has resulted in we bring the canaries out. So I've got loads of other birds, but I brought the canaries out today so they can get some fresh air and get some sun rays on them, because winter's coming. Surprising how good the weather was today, considering that it's October. But yes, today it's now been 65 days since my brother's been kidnapped from my care, resulting in me having to live in fear of my own life because they've isolated me now, and also the malevolence that I'm still being subjected to by ongoing these zombified court proceedings. And the reason I say they're zombified is because they have no reasonable need to exist. They're being spearheaded by the local authority, fronted by the housing association, and it's very, very vexing because it's evident to me what is happening. I've been going to so many court hearings on my own without legal representation, and the reason I don't get legal representation is because the solicitors all get bought off, and I'm more than satisfied myself that is the case. Numerous solicitors in numerous different jurisdictions, all being bought off. It's all the same narrative, and when you go in front of the judge's names change, but it's always the same kind of conversation I'm having, which is being railroaded through, bullied and intimidated, and they're taking advantage of the fact that I'm there unrepresented, and the fact that they have been privately commissioned out to railroad an outcome to their advantage. They all work collectively together, and there's no legal or lawful justified reason why they are now denying me access to my brother, other than what I'm saying is the truth. And this is just reminiscent of what happened on the 12th of October 2022. A year ago, they got a court order before District Judge Foster to get a penal notice put in place to ensure that they can carry out a gas safety inspection. I realized straight away what they're trying to do. They were trying to trigger a false flag safeguarding alert in order to justify the local authority, taking power and control of the situation, and to preemptively to prevent that. I got the gas safety inspection done myself at a cost to myself on the 10th of October last year. So when they came down with the 12th of October, there was no reason for them to come into the house, but that did not stop Manningham Housing gas safety engineers, what I'm told, is raising a safeguarding alert to Christopher Browell, who came down and then on Friday. So today is Thursday, the 12th of October, but last year it was Wednesday, the 12th of October, which resulted in Mr. Browell coming down on my brother's social worker coming down on Friday on a point that there was a safeguarding issue, which there wasn't. Obviously, I explained to him, why did you not telephone me? And it was quite clearly a contrivance then, and I don't believe he felt he wanted to carry out the safe. He knew he didn't want to partake in this fraud, and so it all fell apart. And then on Friday, I was given court documents from the High Court of the Court of Protection regarding the financial deputy being awarded to my brother, my brother's financial deputy being formally awarded to Bradford Council without our involvement, without a hearing that took place in May, and then was issued out in August, and then sent out to me in October, and then delivered to my brother in December. All fraud, all corruption, all malevolent. So they already tried this last time. All of these people getting together, working on a collective narrative and making me the fool, targeting and victimizing me. All of them are working together, and that all failed last year. It was a complete failure. It was the Department of Work and Pensions, the Court of Protection, including the Office of the Public Guardian, and also Bradford Council, and the GP practice in Oldham, and yeah, just so many of them. They're all professionals, collude and conspired and trying to effectively frame me last year. It all fell apart, and this year they've been desperately trying to get some sort of justification to instigate a capacity assess or instigate a welfare check, so they can carry out a capacity assessment, so they can preemptively determine that my brother lacks mental capacity, therefore justifying that in his best interest they're now teaching him to take control of his life and dispense with all his human rights. Because they can railroad the fact that he lacks mental capacity, they can then just dispense away with any laws or rights or protections that he had. And I know this to be the case because that's what they did last year. In my mother's case in 2021, simply just got one of their own colleagues to say, just say you, as far as you're concerned, the person lacks mental capacity. And mental capacity is just one of these ephemeral terms that they've created. It's not meant to be. The law is very strict about what constitutes mental capacity. It's a two-stage process. But these guys, they just act dumb. They get paid off to get an outcome. They just do whatever what is told of them, and it's just a paper-pushing exercise. And that's what they're trying to do with my brother, and that's the real reason that they've kidnapped him. And I'm trying to expose all this fraud and corruption in the courts and the council and the social workers and the police and the judges and the other institutions, and yet here I am being targeted and victimized. I'm put into a situation where I'm vilified and persecuted and oppressed, and yet the people that are working together, they all work together. All of them, all professionals collude and conspire to the agenda of the local authority in order for them to justify all the malevolent and fraud and corruption, and to cover their own failures of this. Grossly incompetent. They can't do the basic of jobs. Just imagine this: if you get paid somebody, go from point A to point B, and you paid them, and still they didn't go from point A to point B as it was anticipated, but went all around the houses. And the only reason that they've done that is because of the fact that they want to abuse their position of power and authority. They want to make themselves look good and cover up their own failures. I think that's okay for today. It's just very, very tiresome having to deal with this level of corruption and fraud and malevolence. So once again, one last thing: I'm not suicidal and I won't kill myself. And if I die, it's as a result of the local authority spearheading something, because they're just trying to shut me up now. Totally idiotic. But I will survive.